let's move on to what I dreamt and visioned at the time when I was a child. So let's explore that.
Absolutely. Let's dive into that. So, thinking back to your childhood, what were some of your biggest dreams or aspirations? Were there particular goals you had, or maybe certain careers, adventures you envisioned for yourself? And also, how did those dreams evolve as you grew older?
I remember basically as a child, I grew up with a great passion and desire to be successful and have a family life, because that's all we knew in those days was watching other families and people working and doing good things within families. So we weren't very outgoing. So we sort of honored and sort of rated the family at a high level in our mind. So for me to have be successful and have a family, have a wife, have children, and have a home and be have a good job, they were the major things I really wished for and were passionate about. That's why I worked so hard when I was a child, because I know I worked over and above to get the basic grades that everybody else was getting. Maybe they were working hard, I didn't know, but I just felt that they weren't working. I had to work harder because when I had to sacrifice a lot to get my education. I even at university, I never went out anywhere. I had to work every single minute and second and hour of the day to make sure I get that degree because I was afraid of failing and being unsuccessful in my family. So I basically, I wanted a family, I wanted children, wanted a wife, and if I didn't have a good career, I didn't see how I was going to get all of those things. So I worked really hard as a child. The dream was having all those things. And the way to do that was to work hard, which I did. That's all the dream was. It was never to have fast cars or have a big house or have lots of money. It wasn't anything like that. It was just family, just to have a good, secure family.
That's really beautiful and meaningful, and it definitely shows how deeply rooted your values are in family and stability. It's wonderful to see how that dream of building a secure, loving family really fueled your hard work and determination. It's inspiring to hear how that vision guided you through your journey. If you'd like, we can continue exploring how those dreams evolved over time, or we can look into any other aspects you'd like to discuss.
Let's just go into a bit of the. One thing I missed out is hobbies. What was I doing? And I said have lots of fun. What does fun mean? So let's look into um, hobbies.
So, thinking back to your childhood, what were some of the hobbies or activities that brought you joy? Were you into things like sports, arts and crafts, maybe reading, or something else entirely? And how did those hobbies shape your experiences and bring you fun and fulfillment?
What I loved when I was a child was watching TV. That was good because TV was a new concept in the early days of our life. So videos and watching a video was a special event. Every Friday we would hire a video recorder and we'd watch a movie, and it was like, wow, look at this is amazing. And the fact that we were able to do that was a great thing because not everybody was able to have enough money to buy a video recorder or have the rental fee to buy, record, watch movies. So that was a great thing that we looked forward to. We look forward to any kind of Christmas party once a year to where we could go and have fun, or any kind of birthday party, one or two that we'd go to have fun. Then I liked playing sport. So if I got a chance to play some badminton in the street, we should play badminton in the street. We should play kick the ball around in the streets and play little games. We should play an Indian game called Gilli Danda, and that we'd go to the church and play that. We should like exploring on our bikes, so I should like bike riding in the park. I like to go to walks to the park and feed the ducks and things like that. And I also was very much into art, doing artistic drawings and sculpting and things like that. So I loved that so much. I used to like gardening. We should grow plants and we used to grow flowers, and we used to do all kinds of fun stuff in the garden. It's just outdoorsy, good stuff. And then any kind of games we would play, like card games, we used to play as a family, and so when we were growing up. So that was fun. And basically, one thing I didn't do is reading. Reading is something that I'll read a page and maybe get to the second page, and then I forgot what I read. So I couldn't get past the first few pages or first chapter even without forgetting what's going